Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm Gamesplaining Head Chef. In the game of Head Chef, everyone starts with a food cart and is working to build their reputation until they can get to 10 reputation and turn that into a cafe, and then they're building their reputation up to 20 to be able to turn that into a restaurant. The way in which you build reputation is through building foods within a hand of cards. Everyone has 4 actions for each turn. So one action will be taking a card, another action will most likely be to do the same thing, and then using the menu, bread and meat, I could create a sausage roll out of those 2 cards that I've chosen, bread and meat, and I will get 1 point or 1 reputation for doing that. The reputation that you get will be the number in the star on the highest value card. The number in that top left corner is showing you what order these elements need to be in to produce the food good. So obviously the more elements you use, the higher the value. So if I go for a third one to draw another card and I pick up onion, that's number 3. It also pushes the value of my food up to a 2. And what I've created with that is move my thumb out of the way, is a hot dog with bread, meat and onions. So with this hand I could then spend 1 more action cube, there's 4 actions per turn, to turn that into a food, and let's play them out there. I would get 2 reputation points for doing that, and then it's the next player's turn. Once I've used all 4 of my action points, I'll move them back to the left hand side. The other foods that are in the deck are cheese, sauce and egg. There is only 1 egg card, so be aware of that. There are only 3 sauce cards. So the further down the ingredient list, notice you only need the egg for the burgers, which will give you 7 points. If you can't get the egg, you can turn it into a pizza for 6 points. There is a hand limit of 4 cards at the end of your turn. You're allowed to have any number of cards in your hand up till the end of your turn, but once you get to the end of your turn, you've used all of your cubes up, you would then need to discard your way down to 4. So I might discard these 2. What happens when I discard is I throw them out, not yet onto the discard pile, because each other player will have a chance to spend 1 of their action cubes to purchase 1 of those food items that I'm throwing out. Anything that's left after that will get thrown into the actual discard pile. There are 2 other elements to this game which really bring it into its own, I think. We have these bonus cards. There are 6 of them. Everyone has an identical set of the 6 bonus cards. You can use each of these once per game, and it will cost you 1 action cube to use them. So I'll run through them really quickly. If you play this one, you get to draw 4 cards from the deck. This one you get to take back 2 action cubes. So if you're running out of cubes, you'll spend that one to use this one. When you use it, flip it over, and you'll be able to take 2 action cubes back, so you get 2 more actions. With this one, you gain 2 fame for placing first in a cooking contest, and you'll also give 1 fame to one of the other players. So when you play that one, you'll flip that over. Obviously, it costs an action cube. You can use as many action cubes as you like for these bonus cards in 1 turn. There's no limit to how many you can use, except for obviously you're limited by how many action cubes you actually have. A bad review, this is a little bit of a screw you move. What you can do is write a bad review for all the other players, or 2 bad reviews for a single player. So for each bad review someone gets, they lose 1 on their board. So either you can drop everyone back by 1 or 1 player back by 2. With the steal card, you get to look at another player's cards and just take 1 of them that you wish to have. So if you think someone's got the egg, it's probably worth playing on them. And the other one is order up, where you get to, very similar to the draw 4, you get to turn over the next 4 ingredient cards, and you get to keep 1 of them. So maybe I need some bread. I'd hang on to that one. The other 3 are then able to be purchased in a similar way to when you're throwing out or discarding your cards at the end of your turn. So they can be purchased by other players at 1 action cube per card. The other card element that we have is there's a pile of characters at the beginning of the game. Everyone gets dealt 2 character cards and will choose which one of them they wish to use. There's some numbers in the bottom right hand corner which indicate a player count. So if you're playing with 4 players, you'd use all of the cards. If you're playing with 3 players, you get rid of those guys that have the number 4. The only other rule to bear in mind is that you must stop when you're working through the progress track here. You must stop at the number just before the cafe and the number just before the restaurant, so it's 10 and 20. So if you're sitting on 9, any more than 1 point will be lost when you play a food type. So when you stop at the 10 points just before the cafe, you'll then take 1 action cube that's on the left-hand side and put it on the cafe to show that you have upgraded to the cafe. So from this point forward, you only have 3 actions per turn. That mechanism will allow anyone who hasn't quite got to the cafe a chance to catch up to you, and also makes it a little bit harder for you to work through to the restaurant. If when you get to the 10 points, you don't have any action cubes over here, you're going to have to wait till next turn when you've got some action cubes to be able to actually make that action. And then similarly, when you get up to the 20, if you've only got 1 action cube here and 2 there, you're not able to action that until you actually have 2 over on the left-hand side that you're able to sacrifice onto the restaurant to be able to win. And that's what your board will look like when you actually win the game or finish the game. That's pretty much everything with the rules of Head Chef. So I hope this helps you get an understanding of what Head Chef does and how it plays. I hope it helps you get Head Chef to the table. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Subscribe to my videos to see what games I'm gamesplaining. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter to keep up to date with the games that I am playing. And until next time, enjoy gaming.